Hello and welcome to another video from my Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 2015 release by Hasbro in conjunction with Disney Studios from the Force Awakens series of 12-inch action figures, the plastic action figures. And this particular one we are looking at today is of our resident hero Rey, and it's she's dressed in her Jakku attire. Okay, so this is the box that the figure comes in. It says Star Wars Force Awakens, ages 4+, and it's item number 85997. And it's got Rey of Jakku, and it's got the Disney and the Hasbro logos at the bottom. And on the bottom half of the box, you can see an image of Daisy Ridley, who portrayed Rey in the film. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's just turn the box around. And that's the back of the box. Let's see what it says on the back. I'm getting a little bit of light feedback on there, so I hope you can see that okay. But it says, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Rey of Jakku. Rey is a resident survivor, a scavenger, toughened by a lifetime of dealing with the cutthroats of the harsh desert world of Jakku. And it's got Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Star Wars Hasbro.com. All the warning and copyright information below at the bottom with the item number, the assortment number and the barcode. And then you've got all the relative related logos at the very bottom of the box. So let's just turn the box to the side, and it says also look out for, and these are the other 12-inch plastic figures in the same series. So you've got Finn from Jakku, Kylo Ren, and the First Order Premier TIE Fighter pilot. And that's on that side. If I turn the box around to the other side, and there we've got a full-size image of Rey as portrayed by Daisy Ridley. Okay, that's the box. I think what I'm going to do now is open the box and let's have a look at the figure, see if we can get her out of the box. Okay, so I've removed the figure from the box, and there we can see Rey in all her glory, and obviously it comes complete with her staff, which she carries around with her on Jakku. And she is dressed in her Jakku attire, which is her robes with her sleeves, her a leather strap on the waist, her belt, boots, and well, they're like long culotte trousers. Unfortunately, I can't take her off the board because you can see at the back she is tapped onto the back of the box with those little tabs, so you can't actually remove her. If I do, I can't put her back on, so we're not going to take her off, but we are going to have a good look at her. Okay, let's just zoom in on the face and see how it compares to the face of Daisy Ridley. Well, I mean, overall, it's not actually a bad likeness. Considering these were produced nearly 10 years ago, it's not a bad likeness overall of Daisy Ridley as she looked like when she portrayed Rey. They have pretty much got the facial features right when she's not smiling, when she's got a stern look on. So yeah, they've done very well with the moulding of the face, and the costume is also very, very, very well done. It does look exactly like Rey's attire that she wore in the Force Awakens, and even down to the creases and down to her boots. Yeah, I mean, I think they've done this figure moulding wise very, very well. And then her staff to the side of her, which is again, it's the exact copy of the one that she carries around with her on Jakku, that she uses to defend herself with, and what have, and the one she attacks Finn with when she realizes, when she thinks Finn has nicked Poe Dameron's jacket. Okay, so that is the figure. Let's just have a very quick look at the articulation, because we can't see. Okay, so there's no movement on the head. The head does not move, not side to side, not round. It doesn't move at all. The tops of the arm move. You can see the joints at the tops of the arm. So we've got articulation on the arms. The waist does not move at all either. That whole body there, yeah, that's all cast. So the whole body does not move. It's just the legs. There is articulation on the legs. So the legs will go up and down. The hands do turn from side to side. So you have got articulation on each of the hands, which is good. But no feet movement. So the articulation, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6 points of articulation, which is a little bit disappointment. Size wise, well, it says 12 inches, but she's not quite 12 inches. So measure from the bottom of her foot, she's 28 centimeters. And that comes out, I think, at 11 inches. Yep, so she is 11 inches tall, so the size is a little bit smaller than advertised. Width wise, widest point across the hands, we're looking at 9 centimeters, and depth wise, if we go right to the back of her to the front, we're looking at about 4 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of size. I mean, the playability on this figure is not great because of the articulation is quite poor. I say the only good thing about this, and unlike a lot of the other 12-inch figures, she has got hand movement, so the hands do rotate and you can put them in different positions. But I suppose you'd have to, because the arms only go up and down. There's no other movement on the arms, no movement on the neck, and no movement on the waist, which is a shame. And then no knee movement and no feet movement, only the legs. So the articulation is quite poor. Playability, this is well, it's going to be difficult to put into many poses. But there we are. That's the way these figures were made, unfortunately. But these were probably the cheaper end of the market of the 12-inch figures, unlike the highly detailed ones. These were perhaps the cheapest end. I suppose geared more for children. Because of the price and the playability factor, maybe. So how well do these 12-inch ones do? Well, again, they didn't do that particularly well overall, despite the fact that the prices on these ones were fairly low in comparison to the normal 12-inch figures. And the articulation was probably based on these to me were just blown up 4-inch figures, so they just seem to extend them, make them a bit bigger, and maybe less articulation than what the 4-inch figures had. So I don't think they were done particularly well. I think it was just another line that they produced to try and get sales for the kids with bigger figures. So instead of the small figures, the larger figures. But I don't think they've done that particularly well. I don't think the quantities of these ones were produced, and they certainly sales wasn't. When you went into the shops 10 years ago when these were out, these bigger figures were just always on the shelf. The small figures were selling rapidly, but the bigger ones, you always saw them on the shelf. So they really didn't sell as well as they really could have done. If the articulation and the quality of the figure was much better, then perhaps it would have seen a massive increase in sales. But it was, I say, it was designed for the cheaper end of the market. So yeah, overall quality is not the best. Well, I'll say the quality is solid plastic, just like all of the figures really. But the articulation and the playability is not the best. But of course, now we're talking 10 years on, these figures have now become quite collectible, and we have been asked to do the range of these 12-inch plastic figures. So we've got a few that we have started to do, and we will try and do the whole series over the course of the next couple of years. Yeah, so nowadays, after 10 years on, they have now become quite collectible. They do still appear on the platforms, don't get me wrong. They do come up on the platforms. Again, yeah, so just be a little bit vigilant if you're buying on platforms because of the descriptions. And a lot of the times you don't actually get a description, you just get an image of the item. So just be a little bit careful if you are ordering. Or we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few of these figures, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website. which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It takes you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Wars items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes onto the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.